This video is sponsored by Motion Array. Okay, in this video, we're gonna cover how you can film yourself cinematically, of course, using the brand new DJI OSMO Pocket 3. Now, obviously, this camera has been super viral and for good reason. The quality coming out of something this small should just be absolutely illegal, and how easy it is to use is just awesome. I can now actually officially say that I'm taking the OSMO Pocket 3 with me in my everyday carry to film personal vlogs or videos or just my daily adventures. Anyways, this video is not about how good the quality coming out of the OSMO Pocket 3 is, but it is that good. But this video is about how you can film yourself cinematically using this camera. So whether you're a brand new vlogger and you bought this camera for that exact same reason, or you're an experienced vlogger, you should get some value out of this video because we're going to be covering a couple of techniques for filming yourself that I do consider to be pretty advanced and will require some additional equipment. I will have everything I used in this video linked below so you can check it out, and feel free to pick any variation or any brand that you prefer over the ones that I list. They're not the ones that you need to go with, they're just some suggestions. So hopefully you guys get some value out of this video, and without further ado, let's jump into the 4 ways that you can film yourself cinematically using the DJI OSMO Pocket 3. All right, so the first shot we're gonna check out for how to film yourself with the DJI Pocket 3 is called the tripod shot. Now, the tripod shot has 2 different variations, and one of them is unique to the DJI Pocket 3. It's very difficult to do with any other camera, and that's because of ACTIVETRACK that's built right into the DJI Pocket 3. So essentially what that means is that I can leave this camera on a tripod and I can walk away and do a bunch of things, and the camera will automatically follow me. It's almost like having another camera operator with you, which makes it really easy to film yourself. Now, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna use the DJI Mimo app, which you can download on your phone. Android, iPhone, doesn't really matter, and that lets you control the camera from your phone. And we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna have the camera facing that way while I do a bunch of different basketball moves or take a couple of jump shots. The court is a little bit wet from last night, but we'll work with what we have. All right, so for some reason, the audio on this part of the video got cut out and I wasn't able to recover it. So I figured it would just be easier for me to do a voiceover rather than you guys listen to the internal mic from the DJI Pocket 3, which just had a ton of wind and bird noises in it. So here you can see me controlling the DJI Pocket 3 from the Mimo camera app on my iPhone. And all I did here was I just drew a box around myself, and this basically selects myself as a subject and allows the camera to track me. So you'll notice that as I walk back and forth throughout the scene, the camera's following me the whole time. And this is really incredible because this, again, is very difficult to do with a regular camera unless you have a ton of additional equipment. Now, I put my phone away in my pocket just so I can sort of focus on the scene. And as you'll notice, me walking around and taking these jump shots, the camera's following me the whole way through. Now, unfortunately, the ball did get a little wet here, which made it a little bit uncomfortable to dribble, but you know, we got to work with the conditions that we're given. But yeah, as you'll notice that throughout the scene, the camera followed me the whole time, kept me in frame, and kept me in the center, which let me get these cool shots. All right, so the next type of tripod shot that we're doing with the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 for filming yourself is just a static tripod shot. This is pretty standard for a lot of cameras. You can just put the camera on a tripod, walk away, and you get a still frame. Now, these are really popular in a lot of cinematic vlogs, and this is traditionally how a lot of people will film themselves using a tripod, just because it doesn't have that ACTIVETRACK technology. So they'll put it on a tripod, they'll frame, and they'll walk away and they'll set up their scene. So for me, I've got it set up just for me to take a free throw, and this is the still frame that I'm going with. So again, really easy shot, but this is the most popular way to film yourself using a tripod, and I really encourage you to also use this with the DJI Pocket 3. So for me, this is my free throw scene, so hopefully I don't miss, and there we go. But yeah, that's the tripod scene with the still frame. All right, so the next shot we're gonna be doing for how to film yourself with the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 is actually gonna be a fake drone shot. Now, hopefully no one else has done this yet because I feel like I haven't seen this anywhere else, but basically what you want to do is you want to get a really long selfie stick. Now, I'm using the Insta360 invisible selfie stick, and you can use any selfie stick that you want as long as it has a quarter screw at the end of it. Now, Insta360 also makes a super long one, but for the sake of this example, and because I'm pretty tall and I'm just trying to get a fake drone shot of the basketball net, which isn't that high, I'm using the shorter one. But you need to know that the quarter screw at the end is super essential because that's how you can attach the selfie stick to your DJI Pocket 3. So literally what you want to do is you just want to grab the selfie stick and you want to screw it into the bottom of the DJI Pocket 3. And then once you've done that, you want to go ahead and you want to turn the DJI Pocket 3 on. Now, again, you're going to need to use the DJI Mimo app to control the Pocket 3, because essentially what you're going to do is you're going to have the camera up here, you're going to turn the app on, and you're going to sort of track yourself in a drone movement. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. All right, so I've got the DJI Pocket 3 on the selfie stick now, and I've got my DJI Mimo app loaded up. Now, hopefully you can see what I'm doing on the screen in the app, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box around the basketball net, and now it's going to start tracking it. So once it starts tracking it, I'm going to hit record on my phone, and now I'm able to back up and really lift the selfie stick higher. And so I'm just going to back up until I have a drone type of view that I'm happy with. Now you probably can't see me in the camera anymore, but I'm walking around, and now I'm just trying to position myself and walk slowly around the basketball net to really show a drone type of shot. Now again, because it's ACTIVETRACK, I can go anywhere I want, and I can go at any speed that I want, and obviously the camera is coming into frame now, but here we go. And there you have it. That's how you get drone shots with the DJI Pocket 3. So I just want to quickly interrupt the video to talk about today's sponsor, and that is Motion Array. Now you guys know that I only work with brands that I truly believe in, and Motion Array is definitely one of those brands. I use Motion Array in every single one of my YouTube videos, and this is the type of service that I didn't have when I first started my YouTube and my creative journey. So it's something that you should definitely take advantage of if you're just starting your YouTube career and you're looking to spice up your videos in a really easy and effective way. Now, all the music that you've heard throughout this video, all the stock footage, all the titles, all the transitions, that awesome opener where it went sponsored by Motion Array. Yeah, I didn't make any of that. I simply just went on Motion Array's website, and I was able to download templates and presets that literally just did everything for me. I literally grabbed them, I just dragged them, and I dropped them into my timeline, and they were good to go. Obviously, I had to Obviously, I had to edit the text to make sure that it said what I wanted, but other than that, it was super easy to implement. Now, I do have a link below in the description if you're interested in using Motion Array and you want to go ahead and purchase it, and it saves you $50 on an annual plan. Now, Motion Array is completely risk-free to try. You obviously don't get access to all of the features and everything that they have, but it gives you a good idea of what Motion Array is able to give you to level up your videos. So if you're interested in checking it out without paying, I would recommend you go to the website anyways, start a free trial, check it out, see if it's right for you, and if it is, feel free to use the link to save yourself $50. Once again, I just want to quickly thank Motion Array for sponsoring today's video. All right, so for our next shot for how to film yourself with the DJI Pocket 3 is actually the most obvious shot, because I'm saving my favorite shot for the end. But with this shot, it's really just the handheld walking around vlogging shot. Now, obviously, you're gonna want to turn it into selfie mode like I am right now, but the most important part that people really forget is you want to turn on ACTIVETRACK for your face. Just like the tripod tracking shot, the DJI Pocket 3 is able to track your face even when it's not on a tripod, so that's really awesome. So I have the face tracking turned on right now, and so that makes sure that I'm always in the center when I'm talking to the camera, which is really essential for a vlog and gets kind of hard when you're carrying a larger DSLR camera because your hand starts to drop. And even though that's happening here, the camera is still keeping me in frame and perfectly in the middle. So for our third shot, the vlogging shot, because every single cinematic vlog at some point is not going to be all pretty frames and really cool looking scenes, because you are going to have to talk to the camera and explain to your audience what's going on and what your story is for that day and whatever you're doing. For those shots, you're going to want to have ACTIVETRACK turned on just like this, and it's really easy. I don't even need to show the behind the scenes because I'm just holding a handheld with my hand stretched out, and because of the weight, I'm not getting tired at all. And finally, we have our fourth shot for how to film yourself with the DJI OSMO Pocket 3. And for this shot, we're actually going to be using a car suction mount to show you guys some unique angles that I get and how I film myself when I'm driving or doing some sort of other activities that might be more difficult to set up a tripod, where you need to get somewhere high or somewhere where a tripod can't go, like inside a car. So for this shot, I'm going to be using this suction mount right here from Ulanzi. I'm just going to adjust my exposure here so you can see it. Now, this is just to show you guys the BTS of what this looks like. For the rest of the shots on this scene, I am going to be using the DJI Pocket 3, but I just wanted you guys to see what this looks like. Now this suction mount is from Ulanzi, so I will have it linked in the description below if you guys want to pick it up for yourself. It's about 65 Canadian dollars, and I found that this one is really good quality. The suction mount has never let me down, and you can put this on any kind of glass or like metal surface. You can't do bricks or anything like that because obviously the camera wouldn't stick. Let me just fix my exposure here. Yeah, there we go. Because obviously the camera won't stick to those kind of surfaces, so you do need glass or something solid like metal for it to stick on. So in a Tesla, it's really easy because I've got glass everywhere, so I can stick it to my roof here. I can stick it on my windshield here. I can stick it on my windows. Pretty much the same for every single car. I just have the advantage of this roof over here. But now we're gonna switch over to the DJI Pocket 3 so you can see what it looks like when I have it set up on a car suction mount like this, and how I can record myself using an angle like that. All right, so now I'm filming myself on the Osmo Pocket 3 mounted onto the Ulanzi car suction mount. Now you're noticing the camera is moving a little bit, and that's because I have the ACTIVETRACK turned on again. It does this automatically with the settings that I've turned on. If you don't know how to do those settings, I have another video, which I'll link somewhere in this video, explaining all the best settings you should be using for the DJI Pocket 3. And those will really help you dial in your camera settings to make sure you're getting the best image out of this incredible camera. But anyways, anytime I turn it onto selfie mode, it activates the face ACTIVETRACK if it detects a face. So obviously I'm in frame, and now I'm doing this just to make sure that I'm centered, because in the car could be moving around a lot when I'm driving, and so you just got to account for that. So now that the ACTIVETRACK is turned on, I can go ahead and get out of this parking spot. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has been experiencing this issue lately, but my phone key has just completely stopped working on my car, and I've had to use the physical key to turn on the car every single time. It's starting to get really annoying, so if anybody has a solution in the comments, please let me know. All right, cool. So now we're driving. Now these kind of shots are really hard to get on your own, because obviously when you're driving, you want to be focusing on the road and not really on making sure your camera's not going to fall, or if you're still in focus, or if you're still in frame or anything like that. And because of the ACTIVETRACK, I don't have to worry about any of that. I know that regardless of how harsh the ride gets, if there's any bumps or anything like that, the Osmo Pocket 3 is going to keep me in frame the whole time. Now with that turn, obviously there is a bit of give on the suction car mount. It's not super stiff because it needs to have some leeway, otherwise it would break if too much pressure was on it, or maybe it would damage my window or whatever. So there's a little bit of give in all of these suction mounts, and that makes ACTIVETRACK so clutch. Now obviously this is just one angle that you can get, and the exposure with the sun is really messed up now. It wasn't like this from my starting position, so hopefully you guys don't mind. But this is a really cool camera angle. Now I'm gonna pull over here somewhere, and I'm just gonna switch up the camera angle just so you can see some other creative ways that you can use the car mount other than just sticking it onto the side of your window.
And that's it for this video. So hopefully you guys got a ton of value from that. Those are my 4 unique ways for you to film yourself cinematically using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now obviously some of those are kind of out there and something you might not have thought about before, so hopefully they help level up your vlogs and really help you get unique angles and unique shots to help you tell your story better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you found it helpful. But that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, keep creating.